So we have a choice.
We have a choice.
Do we just want to come in here and have a dead, dry, meaningless, boring ritual?
No way.
Or
Oh, no way.
do we want to shout and praise God with a loud voice?
Yes. Hallelujah. Yes, Lord Jesus.
Praising.
Thank you, Father.
Yes,
Yes. We will worship.
Oh,
And every creature that is in heaven and upon earth,
Yes.
and under there the sons that are in the sea, and all that are in them, I heard them sing, blessed and honor and glory and power, blessed and glory and honor and power, blessed and glory and honor and
Yes.
blessing and glory and honor and power. They couldn't shut up. They had to praise Him because they realized who He is and how good He is. He had mercy upon you.
Amen. Amen, Lord
If you
Jesus.
can ever get
Hallelujah.
if you can ever get to the altar of incense in the place of worship,
oh,
that you're waiting, you're trembling, you're agonizing, and worship isn't pouring out, it's an ointment.
Amen.
A
Amen.
fragrance out of your innermost being shall flow rivers of worship, rivers of love, rivers of praise, rivers of word, rivers of worship and rivers of adoration. We adore you, God.
Amen, Lord Jesus. Hallelujah.
Blood, Jesus.
Oh, that's
Hallelujah.
Okay, so I'm not communicating.
a real.
Hallelujah. We worship.
I think most of us understand singing. Most of us understand praise. But there's a realm of worship.
Yes.
There's another realm that you just weep. You cry out, and you'll praise, you adore Him, you give Him worship, you tell Him how much He loves you. You'll receive the mercy of God. You'll pray.
Yes.
Well, you'll pray. You're about, I pray, I sing, I pray, I worship, I pray, I confess, I have mercy, I thank you. You sing, you're so many things, and you're just sobbing. You're weeping, you're crying. And when you get to the place, you talk about freedom.
Yes.
Yeah.
You talk about freedom.
Yes.
There's such a place there, so powerful of intimacy. Turn to Revelation. I'm not going to develop that anymore because I want to have time. I could say more, but I'm not. Okay, let's go to the next piece of furniture. And this is in. Turn to 2 Corinthians 13, if you would, please. 2 Corinthians 13. And we're going to, the reference for the Ark and the Mercy Seat is Exodus 25, Exodus chapter 25, verses 21 and 22. Well, all right. Here's the Ark and the Mercy Seat, okay? So you get to this place of worship, of adoration. You may be on your knees, you may be weeping. You may be prostrate upon the floor. You may be standing. And tears are just streaming down your cheek. You're totally unashamed. You're so in love with God. You're communing. Okay, so here's what God says in Exodus 25, verses 21 through 22. He says, there I'll meet with you and I will commune. I will commune with them. I'm going to go when they go there because I got that word. Exodus 25. How many want to really interact with worship?
Amen. Yes.
Okay, so Exodus 25, verse 21. Thou shalt put the mercy seat above the ark, and the ark shall thou put in the testimony that I shall give you, and there I will meet with you. How many want to meet with God?
Yes.
Amen.
Now,
Right there.
imagine
Yes.
never going through the process. Imagine never confessing sin because had no intention upon repenting. So there's stop right there. So you never really enter into the door because Jesus is the door. So they got to meet the death, the burial, and the resurrection. So here, this is the type of the cross. See, many people come to church, they've never been to the cross.
True.
People come to church, but they've not been in the presence of God.
Yes.
They're isolated and they're justified their every deed, but God knows their heart. Okay, so God said, see, here's what I'm going to put it. I felt like the Holy Spirit wanted me to say this. Can you imagine that if you watched a movie, if you went to a theater or you watched a movie at your house, can you imagine putting on a blindfold and putting earplugs in your ear, you couldn't see it, you can't hear it. How much would you get out of the movie? So when we come to church, we don't meet with God, how much do we get out of it? Okay, let's just say you go to a restaurant, smorgasbord, all you can eat! Someone paid your bill, all you can eat! But you don't need anything. Then you walk out and you're hungry. What'd you get out of the restaurant? Nothing. Can you imagine someone working a big time career job and never taking a paycheck? 40 hours a week, never get paid? What do they get out of the job? Can you imagine someone coming to church for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, and never commune with the God of the church? What is God's heart? There, I'll commune with you. I'm going to give you a couple of different. Okay, the word commune there, God says, there.
It's right here, Lord.
Right there, I will arrange you.
Wow.
Yes, he does.
Remember the wick?
Yeah. Yes. It's good.
What happens is, you will see, you will feel, you will experience, there'll be a revelation, there'll be an uncovering. The things of God are so much better than anything that the world has. How could I have ever been so stupid to hold on to this, keeping me in bondage? And you weep it out. And in this place, God says, there, I'll arrange you, I'll commune, right there, I'll commune with you.
Amen. Amen, Lord Jesus.
And I'll tell you things about yourself no one will know what I'm saying.
True. So good.
No one else even know your stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
Except you.
So good.
Yeah.
Yes. It's wonderful.
He's saying, listen, you got the faith, you begin this journey, you go through this process. If I can get you here,
Yes, he does.
see how you get there? By faith.
Faith, yes.
By him.
By faith.
Amen.
So it all comes, how far with God do you want to go?
All the way.
Matthew 13 says there's 30-fold blessing, there's 60-fold or 100-fold. How far, how much do you want? Have you ever seen, I told a man one time, I have known you for 10 years, I've never, not one time, have I ever seen the Spirit of God break you down in song service. You're in church, your mouth moves a little bit, but you've never met with God such a way He broke you down. No weeping, no Pentecostal spells, no jumping over the pew, no swinging from the chandeliers. In church for 10 years, never get a breakthrough, never kiss with the kisses of His mouth in one single. Are you kidding me? In 10 years? I'm saying that a hireling will let people come to church and not meet with God because they don't care about them meeting with God. They care more about their tithe and their church attendance than they do their life. Don't hang around preachers that won't preach against sin.
That's right.
Because sin keeps you from God.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It will separate you from the presence of God.
Yes.
You will see people in church miserable.
Yeah.
Miserable.
Sin.
Dead, dry. To be carnally minded is
Yeah.
Yes.
to be spiritually minded.
Life.
Okay. Okay, so he says, there, I'm going to, if I can get you this place, you come this far. There's a place, and I don't want to, I am not talking down praise. Praise is very biblical. I love praise. Praise is the doorway to worship.
That's true.
It takes the atmosphere. It helps us wake up. It helps us transition from the natural man to the supernatural. It helps us transition from the flesh to the spirit. But there's a place of spiritual intimacy that only worship.
Amen.
And I noticed even people here tonight, because I knew what I was going to be speaking on, I noticed that people had 1 degree during praise. But there's people here that are such worshipers, when it came to worship, they went to another realm. same people, sometimes praise is so powerful that they need, they're, you know, sometimes people are just tired. But there's a place where you could just tell God how much you love Him and allow Him to embrace you and to feel His presence. It's a place of spiritual. There I will commune with you. I will arrange you. I will speak to you there. Why are some people not hearing God's voice? Because they never get in, they never transition from the natural man to the supernatural. There's the singing, there's the praising, there's the worshiping, there's the adoration. Sometimes you just got to put your flesh under subjection. Don't wait till you feel like singing, praising, or dancing. You put your flesh under subjection. Flesh, we're going to praise God.
Amen.
Whether
Yes.
you feel like it or not.
Yes, dudes.
God not going to have church. You may not feel like it right now.
Yeah.
But my spirit man chooses.
Yes.
I will
Hallelujah.
sing.
That's right, that's real.
Yes.
And the body will follow.
Yes. That is
The
for
body will
sure.
get quickened.
I'm a testimony.
I'll speak to you there. I'll get you there. I will subdue you there. I'll promise you there. I'll utter to you there. I will command you there. I will point you there. I'll bid you there. I will declare things to you there. No, don't misinterpret this. It says, I'll destroy you there. What that means is
Lord.
the things that are working against you, the strongholds, I'll tear them up.
Amen. Amen, Lord
I'll
Jesus.
tear down everything that's wrong.
Hallelujah.
I'll destroy that thing. I will teach you there. And here's the last thing. And I love this. He says, I will name you there. I will
Amen.
name you there.
Amen.
I may want to be named by God.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Okay. All right. We're going to close right there. I know I had another scripture there I had you turn, but it pretty well says the same thing. How many want to praise God? Now, if
Yes.
you get the time and energy to stay, I felt like with the book of Esther and the Song of Solomon, I felt like if you understand this right here, if you understand this principle, it'll help you go through this process. I want to say this again. It's not how you come in that door. So you may want to move this stuff because
Yeah, I know. I don't want to go here.
Okay, let's all stand. Let's praise Him. Now we're still in praise and then don't worship. The time is over. We'll praise for a little bit, then we'll worship.
I worship you, Father. I bless your holy name, Lord God. I'll bless your name forever, and your praises shall be in my mouth continually. I will